The Krasue is a type of ghost believed to be a female spirit. It is said to detach its head and organs from its body when it goes out to find food. It prefers to eat decaying and putrid substances, as well as excrement from humans and various animals. The floating organs are reported to emit both red and green lights. During daylight hours, it appears as a normal human being but tends to avoid conversations or eye contact with others, preferring to remain alone in silence. There are many tales about the green light floating in the rice fields behind my grandparents' house, known as the Krasue. My grandfather and father told me stories of their encounters. And these stories have been passed down to my generation. Back in the days when my family lived beneath my grandma's house, we used bamboo partitions as walls for our rooms, creating gaps through which we could see outside. The bathroom was outside the house, and as kids, we were afraid to go there at night due to the fear of encountering the Krasue. Next to the bathroom was my grandfather's pig pen, and behind it was a small shack where he slept. This became the checkpoint for the Krasue. My grandfather and father encountered it while it was feasting on pig excrement. Every morning after rainy nights, there would be marks resembling smeared lipstick around the mouths of my father or mother, as if someone had kissed them in that manner. In 2014, I personally encountered the Krasue myself. It happened one night in May. After hanging out with friends until around 10 p.m., I drove my old Wave 100 motorcycle back home in the rain. As I approached my home, about 100 meters away, there was a chicken manure storage house on the left and a foul-smelling canal on the right. When I reached the area, I saw a green light floating from the right side, the canal across from the chicken manure storage house. It was about the size of a football and shone like a dimmed sun, distinctively green. It floated up about 6 meters above us before disappearing into the treetops. I couldn't discern if there was a head or organs inside, but I was sure it was the Krasue because it floated and approached about 4 meters away from me. If it had descended, I might have mistaken it for a falling star, but it floated distinctly. Perhaps it was hungry, as it vanished quickly. As my father had mentioned, the Krasue fears humans, and that seemed true. Even though I was afraid, the fear was mutual. I was so frightened that I left the motorcycle with the engine running, doubled up, and sped away. I had to ask my friends to drive me home since I couldn't dare to go back by myself. During that time, many people in the village also encountered the Krasue. However, after that year, no one ever saw it again. Fast forward to May 10, 2022, my father usually slept in the shack at the back of the house. But after a series of storms and roof leaks, he moved inside the house. Since then, no one has stayed in the shack. Strangely, on the first night of no one sleeping there, something peculiar occurred. The underwear my father had hung to dry showed marks resembling the lipstick smears, a familiar sign, after an absence of about 8 years. This has sparked my suspicion that the Krasue might have returned and could possibly be passing down its lineage.